T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
LadyChann! Fight!
Yo, hey girl, it's LadyChann, rep none less, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up shiggity show on Come Box with Shan. Kaboom, we in the blood clot. Bill Dizzy. Yeah. Does my mic sound nice? Judy, check one, check. Does my mic sound nice? I don't know. Does it sound nice? Y'all let me know. Okay, let's do. Hang on. Let me just make sure you're. Hang on. Let me just make sure our co-host knows. Hang on. Oh yeah, all right. He's in the boot. He's in the boot. Joe, so I will do the members roll call. So we've got Andrew H. ERF boxing in the boot. Mark in the boot. Slim boxing commentary in the boot. Mark Niggity Nash in the boot. Dub right side in the boot. R to the left in the boot. D Style in the boot. Devil Beats in the boot. Jimmy McClenley in the boot. Ringside Reporter Live in the boot. Queen Lisa Banks in the boot. AJ All Day, Charlo, Upload Type in the boot. King TJ, RIP in the boot. Dr. P in the boot. Rick. Boxing God in the boot. Sports Heaven, what up, King in the boot. Don Wani in the boot. Ahmed in the boot. Héctor García, mi esposo número uno, ya tú sabes, in the boot. Zanda in the boot. Donald Banks DB in the boot. And Corn Shonnery, not Corn, sorry, in the boot. Jeez. Please. Let's zip up these. So we are at a weekly wrap up. Okay, let me just get my banner. I didn't even do the banner. Banner. Let's watch LadyChann done them season. Okay. Make sure that does my light sound okay. The lights is eye as well. Okay. One sec. Un momento. Okay. Let me just get this banner real quick. Sorry, my bad. I should have had it done before. I have been doing them before. Usyk versus Wilder. Wilder. Shakur. Shouts out to Shakur boy. Stevenson. Fundora gets KO'd. Whew. Fundora KO'd. You know them Street Fighter ones. KO'd. On the weekly wrap-up Shiggity show. Wrap-up show. No, hang on. No capital. Show. There we go. There we go, yo. All right, so I'm introducing, introducing, introducing. It's LadyChann in the building. Ding, 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 ding.
Hello.
What up, LadyChann?
What's happening? How are you? How are you? Hope you're okay. Hope you're well.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. You know, did you get any eggs? Did you get how many eggs were you given?
I just like the little, the little Cadbury's ones. The rest is all.
What about Easter Sunday? It seems like I'm the only person who found out that on Easter Sunday you're meant to have lamb. I didn't realise that Easter Sunday is as big as Christmas Day now because everyone went out for either cooked lamb.
I know. I see that it's on Christmas Day. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't. Shout out. Yeah, my mic's good. No, I just normal, nothing special, nothing at all. It's
I
just
watched the football.
Did you watch the football?
Arsenal play.
I know.
Yeah,
yeah, we got to speak a bit about that before you leave, because people want some catch up footy. Look, what's happening, LadyChann? You're well loved. Say hi to Mr. Kemp for me if he joins. Carnage.
I'm here, Carnage. Hope you're good. But you know what's happened last week. I don't know what you guys discussed about Anthony Joshua, but some of the things I heard last week regarding Anthony Joshua annoyed me because of the simple reason is that people writing him off, like Simon Jordan says he's lost that thing. Well, I'm not too funny, right? Where I've come from, I've been watching this sport for all my life. Walmart fights are not about looking good. It's all about learning your trade. You know, getting your punches going, and then once you get your punches going, boom, boom, boom. You know, you become a better fighter with a new trainer. All Anthony Joshua had to do is avoid defeat. He didn't have to do anything else. But I'm sure you've picked the opponents of that already.
Yeah, I wasn't happy up for it. Like, didn't get the knockout. We did. Hi, AJ all day in the boots. Yeah, we did pick it apart, saying, we would.
Hello, Ken. Hey, Chan.
Hey, AJ.
All right. How you guys doing?
We good. We would have liked to seen a bit of a knockout.
There's other news as well involving AJ. That he's only going to be fight one more time, and I think but I don't think it's an issue. I think what people need to realise is that when you have sporting events in this country, the tax man does get involved in a lot of the events, especially when you're
that can't be the reason.
No, it's AJ's tax reasons. The fact is, if he fought in Saudi Arabia, he wouldn't be taxed on that. But he fights in this country. You think about it.
The whole event. Fighting. No.
It's tax. No, do it. It's tax.
No, it's not.
It's tax.
He's a fighter. Is that no. He's fought more. He's fought.
Right, and AJ. All right, an Anthony Joshua event, an Anthony Joshua event is not just Eddie Hearn promoting it or DAZN televising it. It's 258 or doing all the promotional thing. It's an organisation or thing. So you can't Anthony Joshua, as much as you would like to fight 2 or 3 times, from an organisational point of view, taxation point of view, it's not possible for him to fight more than twice. It's not possible. Because the organisation, Anthony Joshua's not any other fighter. The amount of TV that has to get involved it takes years it takes months in planning to the extent that we knew in April we knew he was going to fight in April. That probably took 4 months to organise.
Yeah, but I can't. Go ahead, AJ. You address Kenny because
what's the issue? Or
he's saying AJ's he's only fighting in December now because of tax issues.
Oh no. I mean, he can honestly stay as active as he wants. I mean, people are gonna watch his fight. It would come to his fights no matter where he fights. I mean, and I'm sure he's like humble enough to take like probably a pay cut because he had to during the pandemic when that was going on. And he wasn't necessarily active. I mean, he didn't make as much in the Pulev fight as he probably normally would have made had it not been a pandemic. So I think honestly he could have got another fighter if he wanted. And if it was not feasible, just do it in a small place. I mean, O2 still sold out, not as quickly as we would have expected, but it's still sold out regardless.
Right.
So it's like either do it there or do it in a smaller venue or just something else. What's the capacity of the O2?
The O2 I think is about I think it's between 15 and 20,000. I think because you think about the whole because I think if that it's between 15 and So
or I mean, because remember he also said he was thinking about going on like a worldwide tour. Okay, leave the UK, go somewhere else and fight. You know what I mean? Do a fight, come back to the States, go to just go back to satellite there. The possibility that this week he could have like another tune-up fight. You really think that like people honestly wouldn't watch his next fight no matter where he went, or like people wouldn't show up? Of course they would.
Yeah.
So I think
AJ's a phenomenon, isn't he?
Yeah. No matter where he goes, people are going to watch him fight.
Right.
Even the haters, even the people who don't like him are going to watch the fight.
I'll just say I was really frustrated by. Obviously, I was at the show last week because I was away, but I got very, very frustrated because I think the way they talk about Anthony Joshua, he's not all that and blah blah. It's not. I'm not defending Anthony Joshua. I'm defending boxing and boxers. You don't you don't achieve that much. It doesn't matter whether you're Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, whoever you are. One fight, one loss doesn't make you a shit fighter.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't at all.
But it seems for a lot of people it does.
Yeah, they're not real boxing fans.
Casuals and fanboys. That's all.
Casuals, yeah, that's what they are. Straight up casuals, and they don't understand the ethos of boxing. One loss or a couple losses, and you're done for.
Let me give you a perfect example of this. A coworker of mine, he's a casual. He pretty much gave up hope on Anthony Joshua when he first lost to Andy Ruiz. And I asked him why he did that. He goes, "Did you see the rematch where he avenged his loss?" No, man, I'm just not messing with him no more. Yeah, see, man, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Then see you later, mate. We don't need people like you in the sport. Like,
all right, bye. Like, for real,
like that.
Just gonna write him off after one loss. That's it.
Yeah, I just think maybe Kenny Koenig. I thought maybe it's a medical issue. Why he can't fight? He's needed surgery. But why wouldn't he announce?
Ran the eyes. You be talking about around the eyes or around the nose? Because he bled again, didn't he?
It was bleeding. I don't know if his nose was broken because didn't we see him at the post-fight presser? You know what a broken nose looks like.
I think since Takan, I don't know. Did he? I think it was either Takan or
Povetkin broke it. I think broke Povetkin as well. Povetkin.
So it's probably sensitive. He came into the ring. His nose was already upset. Maybe he had to do it on the pads or sparring out just before he come out, just having a little. I don't know, but I don't know. That could be a problem with why there's some kind of surgery needed. I don't know why, because it's not good enough. Coming out in December, you promised us July. It's not good enough.
I just think with a lot of fighters nowadays, I think, I was talking to a friend of mine today about boxers in general, and I think what's happening now is that, what the people who are simply making money in boxing at the moment are YouTubers, because simple reason is that YouTubers, they don't need really Eddie Earn or any promoter because of the fact that because of their profiles and because of the companies linked with them, they can actually promote the event and they know they've got a virgin audience who will come with them. And that's why they make that's money. That's why you're seeing KSI making his money, Logan Paul before, and previously his brother Jake Paul's, because they don't actually need Eddie Hearn. And I feel a lot of boxers are looking at that and thinking, well, hang on here, I can't wait 3 years for DAZN. I've got to go to Sky now. But that's the thing. Boxers are, how do I say it? They're catching a cold.
That's true. And he takes a swig of hot toddy. Is that hot toddy?
It's true.
Nice. It kind of reminds me of how DAZN was luring over big fighters with big purses when they first got started, more or less. I mean, but now that's not the case anymore. Well, Sky's doing the same thing, but eventually that's going to dry up.
What? Say that again, AJ. Sorry, I was just reading that comment. Salute.
Not a problem. I mean, it reminds me how Sky's luring over matchroom fighters or anybody else with like large purses. I mean, well, like kind of like DAZN was when they were getting their feet off the ground, especially in the U.S. I mean, like kind of how they paid Mikey Garcia $7 million for a Jesse Vargas fight. Good God, you know what I mean? Like that was crazy when I heard about that. Right. I mean, but eventually, like what Sky's doing now, what DAZN was doing, that's going to dry up eventually. I think they're not going to keep giving out big purses.
No, they're not. Others can join the panel, by the way. Just letting y'all know. The link is out there. I'll post it again. But just if you want to come and say your thing, let me just post it. Because I want to speak about. So let's get off this Anthony Joshua bit, because I don't know where, I don't know really what's going to happen with moving forward with that. We'll have to see. So weekly wrap up. That's right.
Hello? Oh. Jack, you hear me? Or...
You got to turn your volume up, LadyChann.
Yeah, your Chan, it's kind of hard to hear you. You're kind of low. Oh, you're very low.
No, I think.
What happened there?
No, I think LadyChann's low at the moment. I think she
One sec.
Up there you go.
There you go.
You got it.
Check.
Yep,
I'm back.
Good.
It, yeah.
You're good. You're back. Okay.
Back. In the boot is in. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. This board just said I had no output. Yeah. So what I want to speak about is Usyk versus Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
As we've seen Wilder be budged up in the WBA rankings as number one all of a sudden. And Malik Scott coming out on record saying that Wilder's going to be two-time heavyweight champion of the world. There's only two routes that you do that, via Tyson Fury or via an Alexander Usyk. I'm going mainly leaning towards Alexander Usyk just due to the fact he's been bumped up in the WBA at number one. What do you think about that, Kenny Ken? Usyk, Wilder being placed in the WBA, not the WBO rankings.
It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. He's always been. He was a love child of Suleiman, just like Tyson Fury's become a love child of his as well. Suleiman, at the WBC doesn't. I mean, it seems like the WBA now are big fans of him as well, because the fact is that I don't know what it was with Deontay Wilder, but I'm more sort of curious about what if they fight, and what sort of attributes Wilder's going to need to fight Usyk, and what sort of attributes Usyk's going to do, because it's when they say styles make fights. In any other era, you look at Deontay Wilder and you think this guy shouldn't even be a ring with Usyk because of the kind of like
lack of fundamentals.
Whatever you call it, but the fundamentals are there, but he neglects them. And because he's neglected them for so long, they look bad when he actually tries them. They don't look natural. He's very unorthodox. But the problem is,
awkward.
As good as Usyk's got is quick feet, quick hands, quick movement. That right hand is like a detonator. I don't know. It's what that's one of the reasons why I can't score it. I can't.
There's no point because
there's no boxing logic. Where Deontay Wilder defies every boxing logic going. He shouldn't have the record he has. No matter who he fights, even with basic, he shouldn't have that sort of record. He shouldn't. He shouldn't even be putting Tyson Fury on the floor because Tyson Fury's got quick movement, good feet, good head movement, but he's put him down 4 times. That shouldn't be happening. That is the way Deontay Wilder's an interesting fighter.
That's how he bloody works. That's how the cookie crumbles with him. It's only been, I think, Bermain's the #1 fight. He didn't knock him down. I think that's the only fight that he's not knocked someone down in his whole career. One time, and
Fury 2, the second Fury fight. Remember, he got stopped.
Fury 2, he didn't as well. Yeah, he got stopped there. So, Usyk, you got to catch him, but he can get caught, and it only takes a little blink of an eye that maybe he could get caught, couldn't he? And he'd leave the booties in. I don't know, because AJ couldn't pin him down.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
But maybe Deontay Wilder could pin him down. Where are you, Wilder? Where are you? Yeah, there you
Still
are.
fighting to this day. To this day. To this day. You just sit here, you don't know what I'm...
Yeah, he's still fighting to this day. So we're waiting for his schedule to be released. What up, Ayo? Ayo! Ayo's in the building.
Hey, what's up, LadyChann? What's up for the corner?
What's happening? What's happening? Talk to me about let's chop it up about Usyk, Wilder. Well, it would be Usyk Wilder, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because he the man at heavyweight right now. I agree. I agree with the sentiment stated before. It's an interesting fight because you would expect Usyk to be able to outbox him pretty easily, but at any moment we know Wilder can catch him and put him to sleep potentially. So I'm not so sure about Wilder's punch resistance though. We still haven't yet we have yet to see him get punched cleanly by American.
No, he hasn't got good punch resistance because I mean it's very rare to see like heavyweights go down from a non-puncher with a body shot.
Right, yeah.
The second Fury fight. He went down with a body shot, mate, and that was mortifying. I was like, what?
So I would definitely be tuned in to see that fight. I know that it's hard because we try to use the rankings, like for example when y'all were doing the breakdown for Bivol and Better Biev, where you follow it through rankings, etc. But then when you see how Wilder always gets ranked and he didn't fight anybody, it makes the rankings a joke.
It's the rank. I've realized the rankings they've materialized into a complete and utter joke. Like let's just have it right. Complete and utter joke. Just make sure this one's got good audio. Otherwise, you're gonna have to call in because you can call in through WhatsApp. What up, Shelton? Audio must be great. Audio is a must.
Audio's a must.
Oh, good. Yeah, now you sound clear. Sometimes you go, because
So let me ask you a question, you guys. First of all, how's everybody doing?
What up, King Shelton Moore? King
What up,
Moore.
Love you, girl. What's going on?
What up, Doe? Love you more.
I want to know, is everybody as happy as I am that the Sebastian Fundora hype train has been derailed?
Oh, we'll get there. Let me just hear your point of view first, because that is on the docket. Let me hear your point of view with how Wilder's become the WBA #1. And does that mean he's going to be fighting Usyk?
Maybe they probably gonna give him his last retirement shot. They send him out with a check and a bang of glory. He's not gonna beat that guy. But I mean, Wilder had a shot of beating that guy maybe 3-4 years ago because of his athleticism and his speed. But a 38-year-old Wilder is not a 32-year-old Wilder. That guy we seen before Fury is gone. He'll never be back. And the guy we got now, I don't think he beats Usyk. I don't think he beats Anderson. I don't think he beats Joyce. I don't think he beats any of those guys. Them other guys, he got a shot at.
Does Wilder beat AJ?
No, not this guy. He stands right in front of him. No, he's too flat-footed.
Just get teed off on, and if you get dropped by,
he's too flat-footed.
It's be an interesting fight. I just think that's the next fight because Malik Scott came out and said there's going to be Wilder's getting prepared to be a 2-time heavyweight champion, and then the WBA put him at number 1, and it's only you're either going to fight Fury for the 4th bloody time or the WBA. They ain't did that on a whim, have they? They've did that for some reason. And that
so you mean so they're gonna just move my man Dubois to the side because he's injured and put Wilder in his place?
Yeah, and just paid Dubois some step aside. Shouts out to Dubois. I paid.
You're a little sharper than that, and everybody on the panel is. An ACL injury, that's like a year injury, so he wasn't ready to fight anyway.
Yeah, he's not going to be ready to fight anyway. So I think maybe that's why they just said, fuck it, let's put Wilder in here, innit? Like, let's put Wilder in his place.
Oh, it's big money. I get it. I understand it. It's money. It'll make more money than a Dubois fight, for sure.
Money. Go on, guys. Chime in with Shelton and me. Shelton and I. Sorry, I got to use correct grammar, didn't I?
I was just confused. When was Wilder ever good? Did he ever look good? Honestly, when you were talking about the first Bermane-Stavern fight, I don't think people realize that's the only. I think Wilder's never knocked out a top 10 guy before. I don't think, besides Ortiz. I don't think people realize you actually break down his resume. Right, like
I already did a little loose. I did a bit of run through. There's no point of going through a deep dive. It's too shallow. Literally, he's fought no one.
Yeah, there was never any reason to think he could beat the top guys, unless you just were a Wilder fan.
Well, there's many of them, and many of the Wilder fans they tend to be pretty much deluded. Oh, Shelton dropped off. He'll join back on because I want him to have his chime in on Fundora. Pretty much deluded. We've got Phil Walker in the building. What up, Phil? Thank you for joining me. Where you been, man? Where you been?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
What up, Joe? We're here, man. We're in the building.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some pretty good topics up there today.
Yeah, I always have good topics. What are you trying to say? Like, sometimes I don't.
Nah, I'm saying they are super duper intriguing. It's definitely something that
you wanted to tap into.
Need to be talked about as far as these topics are concerned. I'm excited. I'm excited about them.
Talk to me about.
Honestly, man, as far as Deontay Wilder and Usyk.
Yeah, it could go either way. It's a crazy one. Yeah. Give us your thoughts, opinion, because he's been elevated to number 1 slot in the WBA. So, what does that mean? Usyk's not fighting Fury because Fury ducked. So, have we all realised, and we're all in unison, that we do realise that Tyson Fury ducked Alexander Usyk? We do know this all, right?
It's not in dispute. It's not one for dispute. It's everyone in the country, including his fans in the UK, are livid. Feel cheated.
They're livid.
I don't think they're ever going to listen to him again.
Tyson Fury, really the big gypsy king, really came and ducked out of the building. Like, what the fuck? I still can't believe it, that it was so blatant with it as well. Like, wow. And he's gone radio silent, that's all. So, okay, so I just wanted to make sure that everyone did realise that he ducked. So now, what I'm saying is, Phil, that's why we may have Usyk and Wilder. Because Usyk needs to fight.
What about Dubois, though? What's wrong with Dubois, Daniel?
He tore his ace, like what Shelton said. He tore his ACL.
All right. Then there's no fight anytime soon, mate. No fight anytime soon for that guy.
Yeah,
and I'll be honest with you, with an ACL, a guy his size, that's going to be a lengthy recovery. I mean, because he's a big dude, man.
Lad. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
big lad.
6'5", 8.5 stone. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a year,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Let me do that in pounds for you.
Yeah, that's at least a year. You know, then you probably need to factor in, you know, maybe potentially like a training camp if he wants to come back and fight again. I mean, we probably won't be looking at Dubois probably for at least a year and maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe 18 months, probably, maybe.
Yay! That makes me happy. I know that sounds bad. I am just not big on Daniel Dubois at all.
Nah, I mean me either. You know, the guy that I like obviously is like Joyce. Obviously Joyce beat him. You know, Joyce is not a young guy, but he's young as far as the amount of fights that he has, right? So yeah, but I do like Joyce, but Deontay Wilder, I think as far as him, again, I mean, he's just kind of one of those guys that you really can't gauge. I mean, it's literally impossible to gauge Deontay Wilder because it's nothing like fundamental that you can base his skill set off of. If you want to call it a skill set, I would call it a unique skill set.
Unique skill set of having no skill set.
But you know, think about him, man, with that right hand. If it lands, I'm pretty confident that if that right hand lands on anybody in the heavyweight division outside of Tyson Fury, I think he can put him to rest. I mean, that's the thing that Deontay Wilder does. So
I want to see it land on AJ. I want to see it land on Frank Sanchez. I want to see it land on Joe Joyce. I want to see it land on Andy Ruiz.
You know, I really like Frank Sanchez. He's one of my favorite guys.
He is a snooze fest. He is boring. If you want to go
you know, watch your tongue, young lady. He is not a snooze fest.
He's boring. I think
I like Sanchez.
I like Sanchez a lot.
What up, Jed? Nah, I'm not.
How you doing, sweetheart? How's everyone doing?
We all good. We all good. Nah, Sanchez is a snooze fest. Snooze fest Sanchez. That's what we need to call him. Snooze fest Sanchez. So where we go with this Deontay Wilder fighting Usyk? Yay, nay. It's a fight that I'm so interested in seeing. For sure.
It's a yes. It's a yes from me. It's yes from me because simple reasons that there's always that right hand's still an equalizer. It's an equalizer for me.
Yeah. I'm with my boy. It's a yes for me. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested in seeing how Deontay Wilder could potentially catch Usyk. Potentially catch him.
Imagine he knocks Usyk out, swipes all of his belts.
That'd be crazy. That'd be insane.
That would be up. Would that be upset of the year? For sure.
No, most definitely.
It doesn't matter if he's got the equalizer. No one would still think that Deontay Wilder is going to knock out Usyk and keep him down and take all his belts.
Would they be surprised though? Would they be surprised? Many a man.
I still would. I know it's weird because you're not surprised that Deontay Wilder puts down 8 out of 10 people or 9 out of 10 of his people, but I still would. It would still be a massive. Like everyone would be like, "Yeah,
Remember, Usyk's a southpaw, and one of the things that southpaws is the right hand. A southpaw's susceptible for the right hand.
But here,
you're right, Kenny. Yeah, you're right.
I'd like to interject on this for a second because here's my problem with the Wilder versus Usyk. My problem with Wilder versus Usyk is that I don't want to see Wilder versus Fury again.
Right.
Because if Wilder does beat Usyk, then we're stuck with a Wilder versus Fury. I don't want to see that fight again. We've had 3 of them. And besides, Wilder doesn't deserve a shot at those belts. Well, he shouldn't be at number 1. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're playing some weird games with the rankings because they got Shakur Stevens number 1 at 135. How?
Number 1. They got him at number. You lying?
I'm not.
Hold up. But I think Shakur
I didn't know
deserves his spot for sure. I mean, if anybody does.
One fight at 135.
It's no different. It's no different than when Usyk came up. He had 2 fights and then he fought AJ.
But he had 2 fights, and he came up with belts.
Yeah,
he was undisputed.
He didn't come up with belts. He relinquished his belts and he just came up.
Yeah, which is why they gave him a title shot. He moved up. Here my problem is, I don't get me wrong. I love Shakur Stevens. I really do. I'm a big fan. I'm a fan. I'd love to see him. But my problem is, number 1 after 1 fight, no. And neither does Wilder. Wilder does not deserve to be at number 1. He should not get a shot at Usyk. But I know for a fact if Wilder does beat Usyk, any money bet, Fury will sign a fight with Wilder in a heartbeat.
Well, this is the thing right here, right? So you never know what Tyson Fury is going to do because if this fight happens,
we know this. This is not
hold
even.
on.
This is not.
Hold
even
on. Hold on. Let me finish, boss. Let me finish.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. You never know what Tyson Fury is going to do because he obviously has to fight somebody in between the Wilder and Usyk fight. He could potentially lose. So I'm not going to look down the line and say I don't want the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight again. I'm just looking at the Usyk fight and the Deontay Wilder fight because whoever else is outside of it has nothing to do with that fight, right? That's between 2 heavyweights that obviously Usyk is the real deal, okay? He has 3 of the straps. And Deontay Wilder is a guy who had like 11 title defenses and lost against Tyson Fury. So I'm looking at the fight just in its totality with those 2. I don't care what comes down the pipeline later. I mean, it's boxing. You never know what's going to happen. And that's what I'm saying with Tyson Fury. Obviously we thought we was going to get the Usyk fight. That didn't happen, right? He was talking about fighting AJ. That didn't happen, right? So, I mean, you just never know what this guy's going to do. And obviously he still has to fight somebody in the meantime. He's not just going to be able to sit on the belts for a year and don't fight anybody. It's just not going to happen that way.
He has been.
So, I mean, you mean for an additional year? I don't think so.
No, he did it. He's already done it. He sat on the belt for 18 months.
Yeah, that's true.
18 months. 18. That being said, I'm a proponent for what's right. That's what I am. I'm a proponent for what's right.
But how is it not right if Deontay Wilder beats Usyk? How is it not right for him to fight Tyson Fury again?
No, when I say I'm a proponent for what's right is Wilder shouldn't be at the top of the list. He should not. There are other people that have been working. Wilder took a break. He took a break. He had 1 fight. He fought Hellenius. Was it round 1 or 2? Was it round 1 or 2?
1.
Yeah, round 1. All right. Cleared that off. All right. My big thing is, how does he get to number 1? Again, no. There's other guys that are on that list that have been busting their ass to get up there to get a shot at either Fury or Usyk.
Well, it was supposed to be Dubois. It was supposed to be Dubois, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened to Dubois?
An injury.
Okay. All right. So is that Deontay Wilder's fault?
No, but then the person that was behind him in front of Wilder skipped like 3 or 4 people.
Who did he skip?
I don't. Shit, let's look it up. Hold on a second.
Joe Joyce. Joyce was getting a shot before Wilder.
Okay, I don't agree with the Joe Joyce jump. I could say that. In the WBA, you're talking about, correct?
WBA, yeah, I think that's what we're talking about. Are you, Jed?
WBA, because I don't. So he skipped Joyce in the WBA. I didn't know Joyce was that high in the WBA.
No, Joyce would have been WBO.
He skipped Martin
Okay, that's
McColley
what
too.
that's what I figured. I figured Joyce was a WBO. Okay, so all right.
And
So
Joyce is
again, who did he skip?
Joyce, it's WBC and WBO. In
He skipped Martin McColley
Yes.
too, I believe. I think Martin McColley was number 1 before.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just how do you justify coming off of 2 knockout losses and then beating somebody who nobody really rates, and then you get a title shot? That's what I mean.
Where was Robin Helenius ranked in the? Because that was a WBC eliminator, correct?
Forget where he was ranked. He was 10, 15, 12 or something like that. Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't a top guy. We know that. So.
No, but his ranking was his ranking was something crazy than what he was, but he was ranked, but I forget what number. You could check, Bo.
I think he was like number 12. I want to say 12, between 12 and 15. I want to say. And overall rankings, and then the WBC was much higher than that.
Oh, I'm not sure where he was. Yeah, I just remember vaguely because I don't really follow him anymore. But he was about 12, between 12 and 15. Yeah, he was within the top 15 for sure. Should he have been in there? Coming off 2 back-to-back wins against, Kawanaki, but I guess just whatever. Like, I've just seen that these rankings, them hoes ain't loyal.
No, that's a fact. I've told people a long time ago, man. We can't control, and I've worn myself out with getting frustrated with these rankings because these guys are going to do what they want to do. We just have to hope that eventually the best guys end up getting in the ring with one another, right? And sometimes they get it right, and sometimes they don't. This situation with the WBA, I don't know who Wilder jumped outside of Dubois.
I don't know. I have to look. Hasn't anyone pulled it up?
Yeah, I'm pulling them all up at once so I can have all these pages open all at once. Give me a second here. All right, next one. So I got WBC, WBO, IBF.
Is he stuck in the middle? Stuck in the middle. And his name is Wilder. He just leapfrogs over people. I don't know if he has.
And I think it's the fandom for Wilder too, man. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but when that Plant and Canelo fight, when they put the camera on Deontay Wilder, I mean the crowd just went bananas. I think people just
they don't buy his fights though. That's
I was about to say
this is
77,000, which just otherwise.
This is weird. It got on the IBF. It has Hergovich. It has Hergovich, Ruiz, Wilder, Joshua, Sanchez. That's an IBF. Right.
Okay.
In WBO, it has Joyce, Ruiz, Sanchez, Wallin. And then in WBC again, of course, it has Usyk, Fury, Wilder, Joshua, Joyce.
Just mad that you put the two times.
He's number 1 with WBC and WBA.
You put the 2 times underneath Deontay Wilder. That's how you know it's just trash. It just doesn't make sense. Even in the ring ratings, Wilder's higher than Joshua in the Ring magazine ratings. Even though Anthony Joshua currently is faced and beaten more out than Wilder has. So it doesn't even make sense. That's why you have to just go, this is trash. They're not even doing
it. It's unjustified. And again, if you put Wilder, Usyk, Wilder does have a chance of knocking Usyk out. Good Lord, that right hand. I don't know if Usyk could take that right hand if he gets a chance shot in.
I know Usyk's got a chin, but I don't know, mate. Wouldn't it be remarkable if he took the right and went down?
Going? Hell yeah. That would be great.
Kept going. Then what type of chin is that, mate? That means, subjective. Wilder's power could be subjective only to the level of opponent. I always say that power is subjective to the level of opponent that you face, in my opinion. Because, you can knock down 500 cans. Doesn't mean that you're that's like me beating up 25-year-olds. Of course I can do it. Does that mean that I'm the strongest woman in the world? No. They're not on my level. They're not on my match. They're not on my strength. But if I get someone my age, my physicality, my weight class, or about my weight class, let's see if I can beat them up from canvas to from the windows to the floor. If I could do that, then if I could, then I am. My power's the real deal, Holyfield. But if not, it's subjective. So I need to see Wilder, with some top opponents, and that's why I want to see him with someone like Usyk and that. Like he said his last 3 years of fighting. Go down the list, my G, and just go bing, bing, knock them all off. You win some, you lose some. That's what I said about Joshua. You win some, you lose some, but at least we'll respect you for facing them. So, the greatest of loss. These people are too scared to be losing. Go for it. If you've only got 3 years left in this division, in this sport, wouldn't you just go, I want Ruiz, I want Joyce, I want that, I want that. You try and make these fights.
Hopefully he gets this Usyk fight, and this is why I'm not opposed to it. Like I said, I don't care who he potentially could fight after this fight. This is a fight that I think Deontay Wilder needs.
Yeah.
Because I mean, outside of Fury, I mean, you could say Ortiz.
No, we could not say Ortiz. We won't.
Yeah. I mean,
Brian Jennings, his biggest win. No, we're not saying Ortiz. We'll give you Fury, obviously, the number one heavyweight. And that's on your 40th fight. Being a heavyweight, being a professional heavyweight. Deontay Wilder has been a professional heavyweight for 15 years, for 2 WBC champ for 5 years, and never unified, even though he had many options with various fighters, even with Klitschko and etc. So you can't really respect someone that's had that's why I find it hard to respect him. Someone that's had the opportunities to be, you've come out of the Olympics, you've had the opportunities to be a unified heavyweight champ, and you've chose not to. I can't rate you, mate. I can't rate fighters that are like that. You know.
That's why I always ask hardcore fans, what exactly are you a fan of when it comes to Wilder?
If you just like the knockout, just take the knockout. But they go above and beyond. It's like, no, he's the king. He's the king of boxing. He's the real face of the sport.
I don't even do
this.
that.
This is, but for all the reasons that you guys are naming, is the very reason why he needs to fight against Usyk.
Yeah.
I mean, for these very reasons, I mean, if he can go in there and knock out a guy like Usyk, I mean, that kind of puts him right back in the mix of where he feels that he needs to be, right?
Yeah.
At this time, he's a unified champion.
The Fury will whoop his ass and take the belts. Become undisputed. Watch him take the fight after that.
Well, I would think Usyk would be smart enough to have a rematch clause. Yeah, I would think so.
He'd have to. He'd better.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it now. Like, let's just say that actually happened. Let's play this out. Let's say if Wilder actually beat Usyk. Oh, I told you guys he was no good. Told you he was a pumped up middleweight. He was a bum. He couldn't take a punch. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah.
But AJ, that's what they say about Wilder. Many people after he got lost to Fury were saying the same thing. They will champion the fact that he can knock any man out. If you get hit with his punch, you're going to go down. And then after he lost to Fury, who people say is one of the greatest fighters of his generation, and he's a generational fighter, people think, right, well, Wilder's crap because he lost to Fury. But
I knew he was crap before that, but
yeah, but I know. But majority. But when you go to many boxing shows, they wouldn't, everything that they were championing, especially people were trying to promote the fight. The TV stations, knock her out of steer out of Wilder, boom, 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 and that when he loses to Fury, we find people who, like I said, took a good look with him and thought, hang on here, this guy's feet are all wrong. He crosses his legs, he throws punches from just right hand happy. Where's the left hook? Where's the jab? Where is all these things? But it wasn't an issue when he was knocking his man out. But when he lost to Fury, and I think that's the thing with boxing in general. Anthony Joshua was the best thing since sliced bread. He loses to Ruiz. All of a sudden, Anthony Joshua's got a mental thing. He's scared to unload because he got knocked out when he fought the same fight. But he fought the same fighter. But 6 months later, he fought the same fighter.
Same fighter.
And took him to school. It doesn't matter whether the guy was fat or not. The fact is, no one talks about the rematch. They talk about the first fight.
Yeah, they always do.
As a general.
Oh, he came in with 300 pounds. That's not his fault.
If you lose a fight, you go up. Amir Khan was the best thing since sliced bread. The minute he lost his first fight, he's chinny. He wasn't chinny before, was he?
Well, he proved to be chinny though in the end, didn't he?
Yeah, but we weren't talking about his chin when he was unbeaten. You don't talk about fighters' weakness. When a fighter's unbeaten, you don't talk about their weaknesses. Yeah, it's only after they lose.
Is after they lose, everyone's like, I knew he was like that. I knew he didn't have that. I knew, that's right. That's true.
I mean, because the truth of the matter is, if a guy's never been knocked out and he's been stunned a couple of times, I mean, can you talk about it? I don't think it's valid.
Who's never been knocked out?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If up until Ruiz, I think AJ did get hit with a.
He's had technical knockouts. It's just that we've never seen Anthony Joshua knocked out.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
so that would be shocking.
But in the UK though, when he lost his first fight, when he lost to the Ruiz, the amount of times when he wasn't that good, he wasn't all that. He was all hype train.
That's what people said.
Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. The British public, every British TV station, and every British fan were championing that hype train. They're all part of it. They're all buying his tickets to go and watch him fight. They're all buying the merchandise. They're all buying the pay-per-views. So if there was a hype train, it's the British public who championed it and started it. But that's the thing, a fighter becomes a shit fighter when they lose. When you forget about all they've done, all the medals they've won, the amateurs, or the amount of times they defended the title. It just goes like that with boxing fans. Tyson Fury, I'll tell you one thing. If he loses a fight, that's the same thing like with Tyson Fury. Any fighter who loses a fight, it's like a crime. You become a shit fighter. Everything you do, everything you're not particularly good at, your weaknesses become your nemesis in boxing. You know what I mean? The only person who's allowed to lose a fight is Canelo. Every other fighter is not allowed to lose a fight.
Yeah, I'm finna say, I was about to say that, man. I think it's I think honestly, I think
get the fuck out of here, man. It's my night.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it depends on what fighter it is, and I think it depends on who they're fighting, right? I think a lot of that plays a major part in it, because if you guys are two of the best in the world, and you guys decide to get in the ring, and one of the guys the other guy beats you, and you lose, you just lost to the better guy. I think you can bounce back from that. The problem is when these guys get in the ring with guys like Ruiz and stuff like that, guys that look like you should beat this guy and you lose. You know what I mean? I think it's the upsets that make people say the things like that. But if you're fighting another elite fighter, I think as boxing fans and boxers, you can bounce back from that. But you can't bounce back from somebody that you're supposed to beat.
No. Andy Ruiz is not a rubbish fighter. He's had one loss in his whole career.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's rubbish, but I mean he was a massive underdog against AJ though.
2 losses he had. Joseph Parker he lost against, and AJ.
Yeah, but he was. I'm saying like he was a guy that filled in. I think like 4 or 6 weeks before the fight.
5.
He was 5 weeks before the fight. He was a massive underdog. It was AJ's debut in the United States of America. I just think that all the signs pointed to AJ's dominating this guy, right? Not saying he's a rubbish fighter. I'm just saying that I'm just calling it like it is.
He's the first person, AJ's the first person to ever professionally put Ruiz on his ass, a couple times.
Yeah, no, I get all that, and I'm not taking anything from Ruiz.
No. I'm just reading down the stats, and I'm just thinking that on paper, you'd look at him and be like, not even just by the aesthetics. Yeah, AJ's supposed to be him, but I think that Anthony Joshua on the run that he was on, he'd never encountered. He was just putting stadium fights after stadium. He didn't really have time to develop, to be honest. So you come in with a guy like Ruiz, you look at him and you think, oh, this is a fat geezer. But if you really did your homework and due diligence, you know that Ruiz is a great fighter, a great hooker, and that's what he does. Fast fucking hands, great combos, slow feet, but fast hands. And if you'd had the experience that Anthony Joshua should have had, but he didn't, he would have known that you can't rush him with a guy like that. And then don't you think
AJ, in terms of him going to New York, he was training and prepared to fight a 20-stone monster in Miller.
Miller, yeah, that was who he was training to fight. Yeah. And I think he would have. Well, that guy was on juice. You can see what he's like without the juice. He's a beached whale.
Yeah, I just think that I just think when you step in the ring with a guy like Ruiz, and I think Ruiz is a good fighter. I'm just saying that the facts going into the fight is that AJ was heavily favored in that fight, and Ruiz shouldn't have beat him, right? And I say that because you see what AJ did the second time around, right? And up until the stoppage, AJ was pretty handedly outboxing Ruiz, right? So when you look at the fight, both fights, and you just kind of break down the dynamics of it, I mean, he pretty much swept him the second fight. I don't think Andy Ruiz won one round. You know what I mean?
No, one round.
Exactly. So and this is what I'm talking about. It's not that I'm shitting on Ruiz, excuse my language. I just think that AJ was a better fighter than him, and AJ should have won the first fight, but he just didn't. When you lose in a fight that you're supposed to win, because I felt like he was supposed to win it, you open yourself up for scrutiny. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes people just like to cut out context, because it's like, you've prepared for one fight. You've got someone that's bigger than you at your eye level. You know how their fights. This was obviously your debut in America, so you're focusing on that person. Then all of a sudden, that person pops dirty. That throws off your whole mental. Then you go down the list. Ortiz didn't want it. Fucking who else turned it down? It was Ortiz, someone else. Andy Ruiz was like the fifth option, by the way. And by that time, I guess you're just deflated and you just think, oh, fuck it. Yeah, you're supposed to beat this guy. But I mean, if you, like I said, lack of experience, you've never seen how this guy fights.
He made a fun of him. Yeah, and
the team made a mistake. They didn't check.
Yeah, but I think, remember, you think about it, that third round when he put him down with a left hook, he got greedy and he made mistakes. He fought with his face.
That's how AJ always fought.
Yeah, but you think
you can't do that with every fighter.
Yeah, but greed cost him, because remember when he fought him down the left hook, the guy was stunned. He thought he was there for the taking, but what's happened is the guy got up, cleared his head, and then what's happened is he that's when he hit him with the overhand right, because he put him down twice in that third round.
Yeah, he put him down, put Ruiz down.
About a round or two for it to clear his head, and then it happened again in the seventh, and that's when greed cost AJ that fight. It was overconfident greed cost him.
No, it's not greed. It's lack of experience, because and lack of them doing their due diligence. Because if they would have watched tape on Ruiz, furthermore, he'd never been down. But what you do know about Andy Ruiz is that he's got a chin. And if he's hurt, he musters through, and he's a bit meaner when he's hurt. Yeah. So if you do your due diligence, if they had done their due diligence, they would have seen that, and not because how AJ fought Ruiz. He's fought everyone previously the same way: beat them up, throw them on the floor, get them on the floor, rush in.
Sort of Ruiz, isn't he? There's rumors in the UK that he's fighting Tyson Fury. Yeah, there's rumours in the UK that Tyson Fury's next opponent is Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, I heard a loose rumour. I don't know how true that is. Well, because he has to.
Tyson Fury. I know because it's Tyson Fury. We're not going to take it with a piece of salt, but that
I'd like to see him with Floyd. But I mean, cool. It's Ruiz, isn't it?
Did you go and watch that fight?
would I go and watch it? If I wouldn't go and pay for a ticket, no.
Ooh, I just
Who
paid
was
for my
AJ
ticket.
fighting Ruiz?
Because that dynamic was a bit of to see AJ fighting the second time. I think the dynamic was a bit interesting to be able to see if AJ was going to do it. I mean, Fury against Ruiz, it's going to be a massive height disadvantage for Ruiz. It's going to be easy for Fury to beat Ruiz.
I know.
Don't you reckon?
What, jab and move? Jab and move? Jab and move?
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Y'all just a pop top, middleweight, pop top, middleweight, cruiserweight.
Yeah. I'm sure, like, ain't that going to be an easy fight, guys? Come on, help me out. Come on, don't leave me in the lurch.
No, I'm not going to leave you. I mean, it's more than obvious, in my opinion. In your opinion, it's just more than obvious. I'm just like, I don't have anything more to add to it. There's nothing more I can add to it. I mean, it's like it'll just get repetitive, you know.
It would just, and where do you think, Kenny? Do you think that would go the distance, or do you think that Fury would knock out Ruiz? Would just knock him out, would he?
The thing about him, he's planted his feet. You know, fighting his feet. He believes in knockouts, but what he'll do is that he can still generate a power from distance. So it's highly likely that he will stop Ruiz. There's going to be a lot of things with Ruiz because he's got slow feet but fast hands. The fast hands are an E-class, but the slow feet is one of the things where it's not going to happen. By the time he tries to get those combinations off, he's already receiving 2 jabs, a right hand, and a body shot. So he's already receiving his combinations at distance. So I don't see it. But if you're with boxing, you don't know, mate. You don't know. Tyson Fury might not take you seriously and might get one of those combinations where it's not just a right hook, but it's an uppercut, a flurry of uppercuts, left hooks, and boom, boom. You don't know.
Yeah,
but it's unlikely.
There is one thing I do know, that they will call that fight the Battle of the Bulge. That
Battle of the Bulge continues. The battle of the bad builds. Yeah, they're badly built, boy, I tell ya. AJ, AO, chime in. Where are we thinking? What are we thinking about? Fury against who's it? Who did we just say? Sorry, my bad.
Ruiz.
Ruiz.
I want Fury to go away. That's what I think.
We all want Fury to go away. Well, most of us.
No, I think Fury will win. I think it would be a boring fight though, because I don't think if Fury's gonna go for the knockout, that means he's gonna put himself in line of fire to get hit by Ruiz. I don't trust none of the fighters, because I'll think about when y'all were talking earlier about the dynamic with AJ and Ruiz. But if you think about it, when we're talking about, I always talk to you about grading fighters. You know, my big thing is what grade you put on a fighter. I would give AJ a B personally, only because the only other elite fighter I've ever seen him fight was Usyk. Like, I think that Parker was good to very good. I think some of these guys are good to very good, but the only other elite fighter I think we ever seen him in the ring with was Usyk. And I think it was a level difference there. The only fighter that I consider elite to me with that Fury's ever fought was Klitschko.
I'd put AJ B plus as a. I put AJ as a B plus, or A, and Usyk at A and Usyk and them lot like A plus. Couldn't put AJ as a B class fighter. No.
On the people he's fought, on the people he's
fought, I'll give him an A minus.
Is stretch to me.
He would lose marks for 3 defeats, though.
Yeah, once against an A plus fighter, and one that was vindicated. So that's why I'd give him an A minus. I would chuck him into a B. Like Jared Anderson is a B level heavyweight at the minute.
No, I'm marking AJ Dan because he got his tactics wrong to the extent that
So you have him as a B level.
No, I'm giving B plus. But the reason why, because there was a few things that he did there's a few things that he did to piss me off with his tactics. The first fight, that's why I'm marking him down for, certain things I didn't like what he did.
I could
reacted, but the second fight,
to me, it's like
he did better.
He's lost against people put Usyk as either 1 or 2 pound for pound. So and then you've got people like Tyson Fury that duck Usyk. So I can't say that AJ is a B level fighter for losing against.
I took marks off, not because of he's an elite fighter, but there was certain I take marks off.
You can't be an elite fighter and be a B.
No, but I took marks off. I took marks off for mate because of a few errors I didn't like in his work. That's why I took marks off. That's what I marked down for certain things in a fight.
Well, I tell you what,
I can't mark him down all the way to a B though.
I said B plus. I said B plus.
Yeah, I couldn't put him in a B plus.
I got him down B minus, C plus tops.
C plus.
C plus, B minus, round there, at best.
At his best or right now?
Right now.
I think at his best, I could see a B plus. But when you say A to me, now you're talking about somebody who you.
I'll say A minus.
But an A in general. When I hear an A, now I'm comparing them. How would he look against Lennox? How would he look against Holyfield? I never got a feeling like.
No, they're A pluses. That's elite. That's the elite. Where would you put Tyson Fury against Lennox Holyfield? Why is Tyson Fury? Why would you put Tyson Fury as some A level fighter?
I don't have him as an A.
I don't got him.
But I don't have him as a. That's what I'm saying. I don't have him as an A. To me, you can't be an A unless I see you against another elite fighter and then you win convincingly or you look a little different. That's why when you just say throwing out A's, I'm like, well, he never fought another elite fighter, so we didn't see him against another guy. We go, now this guy can. We think he could lose this fight. This is a 50-50 fight. AJ, up to that point, to me, had never been.
Everyone thought he was going to lose that fight. No one thought he was going to beat Klitschko. A lot of people didn't even think he was going to beat Povetkin. No, there wasn't.
I disagree with that. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing.
Go look at
we in 2 different countries too. So
go look back at the news.
I had AJ as a hot favorite for Povetkin because
AJ was a favorite against Povetkin. Klitschko, you're right.
He wasn't a favorite for Klitschko. They was like, that fight's too soon. It's too early in your career.
But see, that fight was to show that AJ is the goods though.
So that's an elite fighter though. Doesn't matter what age. That's what I'm saying. So I can't put him at B.
It's not a prime elite fighter.
It doesn't matter. That's not his fault that he fought that. It's not his fault that Klitschko's that age.
That does matter to an extent.
No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it don't. It doesn't matter.
Age doesn't matter when you fight a fight.
If someone's elite, that's like, for me, Terence Bud Crawford's elitism is not going to be less elite because he's 36 now than he was when he was 34 or when he. No, elite is elite. That's what an elite fighter. Even when you're in your 40s, you're going to be still better than fucking other people that are in their prime because you're elite. That's the whole point of being elite.
If Conor beat Pacquiao, is the elite?
Alexander Usyk is going to be. I don't think people are just going to be able to come around and wash him because he's 36 now and going to be 37 next year. No, he's elite. So no, if you've beaten an elite fighter and faced elite opposition, I can't put you as a B. I think
from the argument, there's 2 sides to that story. I can see both points. I can see the situation where maybe in the 5th, remember the 5th round when he put him down, and he put Klitschko down. We're in that fight. AJ is about to go, and in the 6th round, he got put down in the right hand. He did the right thing to think, you know what? I don't want any more coming. I'm going to go and take the knee. And go, and then he withheld the storm. Yeah. So you give him credit for that. But then again, you could always say on the flip side, a younger Usyk let him off the hook like that. And I think that's why people are 50-50 on that. But for me, being there and watching it, he's suffering in that fight and he came through it. So for me, that is an elite performance. But others, I respect the other opinion that where people will always have that in the back of their mind, you know.
Yeah.
Would the Klitschko in his prime let him off for that 6th round?
No.
I don't know.
Everything he showed you up to that point was like when you say it doesn't matter the age. That doesn't make sense because you lose things. Like take Bud right now, right? If you notice one thing with Bud, and I don't see anybody talk about. Yes, it does, because now Bud's legs aren't the same as they were 4 years ago. They aren't. It's the reason why he sits in the pocket a lot more. He's skilled enough to do it, obviously, but Bud's legs aren't the same. If you pay close
but it
attention,
doesn't mean it's not. It doesn't mean it takes away his elitism. Like it doesn't mean that. No, I can't say that if now Spence beats him, now Spence is beating a non-elite fighter because he was older. No, he's aged out, but once elite establishment, you're an elite fighter. That means you have more longevity than a regular fighter. So no, it doesn't matter. Klitschko was in tip-top shape when he fought AJ. He wasn't ailing, flailing. He looked in better shape fighting AJ than he did fighting Fury. Let's have it right. And he was 17 months older. So no, I look at the condition. Things are contextual. Klitschko did not look like he was aged and looked like he was shit and trash.
Right, but I think you just made
he just weren't in his prime. All right, he weren't in his prime.
Right, that's all I was saying.
He weren't in his prime. He weren't in his prime. But he wasn't in his prime when Tyson Fury fought him. He wasn't in his prime then.
Hold on, Chin, I agree. I'm saying that none of them are A fighters. That's my point.
Yeah,
like, I don't view none of them as A fighters.
I see. I'm not saying you. I just say I see people that always say, "Oh, well, AJ beat an old Klitschko." So I'm like, okay, so AJ beat an old Klitschko. So did Fury. If it was a good win for Fury, then it's a good win for AJ. If it's a bad win for Fury, then it's a bad win for AJ. Which one are you choosing? You can't take half a dozen and 3 of none. No.
I think you're right. I think Tyson Fury has lived more on that Fury Klitschko win than he has on Wilder. He's lived off. To be honest, he's lived and dined out on both those wins. But you know, the one that put him on the kind of the map was the Klitschko one, because again, the reason why Tyson Fury is seen as an elite fighter and the greatest of all time is because people see, well, hang on it, how can someone beat Wilder with that right hand? He unlocked the key with Klitschko, the experience, everything is in place. He's got knockout power, he's got good feet, he's got a good jab, he sits on top of you. How can you deal with someone like that? And he found a way to win those fights. And I think those two fights, in a lot of boxing people's minds, are always going to make him elite, whether we like it or not, whether we disagree or not. It's those two fights that define Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Hang on, Shelton, spinning. Hang on.
And I disagree with you too, just to make a point about a B fighter. A B fighter can't be an elite fighter, because I think that me personally, I got Tim Brad. Hold on, all time though. I got Tim Bradley.
No. What average do you have to do to get into an Ivy League university? Can you be a B? Can you be a B average student?
Got the right connections.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You got to be an A level. You got.
I literally know that that's true if you got the right connections.
No, in let's just get back down to earth and be talking about proper, not talking about the exceptions and one-offs just because you know one person or a couple.
But Tim Bradley to me is a B+ fighter. And he's
across the board. Ivy League is not for average students.
Do you think that Tim Bradley's an A fighter?
I want to keep it where I'm going. Across the board, you cannot get into an Ivy League or you cannot get into an Oxford or Cambridge averaging at a B grade. You can't. Can you?
Well, what's the
Answer the question, AO.
Well, I just told you, yeah, and you told me I can't.
No, you can't. Okay, well then you're just being silly. Electro Jed is Electro Jed sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He might be. No, I did. I'm sorry, medication. Sorry.
Oh, you need to go to
sorry,
bed.
Mate.
My wife just pushed me up.
Yeah, I was like, what happened? Can you get in an Ivy League university being an average B student, or do you need to be an A student to get into an Ivy League? Because AO for some reason now decided to be silly because he knows he knows about two people that have got in for an Ivy
No,
League.
well, according to statistic data and facts, it says that Ivy League people with B averages get in all the time with with those same transcripts all the time. Ivy
Pull up
League
the
school.
facts. Pull it up and
I
send
got
it.
you. I'll link it in the
Oh,
chat.
see what you did.
I'll link it in the
pull
chat.
Pull it up. Pull it up. And,
I'll link it in the chat.
Shelton. Does Ivy?
Yeah.
Can you be a B level? Can you be a B student and for the most part be administered into an Ivy League school? For the most part, Shelton. Or do you need to be outstanding?
You can't. No.
Thank you.
No, they won't even. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get in. Probably not. Unless you're an athlete. You have to be an athlete or something.
A scholarship, and even when you get a scholarship,
Yeah, you'd have to be an athlete or something. A regular kid applying to a Princeton or Yale or something. If you're making B's, you're not getting in.
B's.
Yeah, if you're not, that doesn't sound.
You're not making the A's. You're not getting into a Princeton, a Harvard. You're not. So I don't know what AO is one of those people that you see on Kevin Samuel's show. You know, the women that go, well, I deserve.
Can I answer his question? Can I answer his question, Chan? Yes, Tim Bradley is an A-level fighter because the only guy that beat Tim Bradley was Manny Pacquiao. Nobody else beat him.
He'll beat him.
AO, have you watched Kevin Samuels? You know, there's women that are like that. They're deemed as like below average, and they're like they come on the show and they go, "Oh, I can get a man that makes $20,000 a month, high value man." And Kevin Samuel says, "Why?" And he goes, "Because I've seen a couple people. I've seen people do it." So Kevin Samuel says there's possibilities everywhere, but is it the normal? Is it the probability that it is? So that's what you're reminding me of. You're reminding me of a woman right now.
Well, when it's thousands of kids with B averages that get in each year, that wouldn't be the exception to the rule, would it?
Say that? Yeah, no, say that again.
It's 162,000 kids that get into Ivy League school each school year, right? What is it? 6,000 to 7,000 of those kids are B average students. That's a lot of kids.
Okay, so what's the majority that gets in? You just said 160, and out of 160,000, you pick 6,000. So
out of
what's
160,000, and you gonna pull 6,000 or 7,000?
Well,
that's like 1%, maybe 1.5%.
Yeah.
The point being, she said.
Sorry, Io, you will not be conducting this. You just lost it, mate.
I deal with facts, figures, statistics, reality.
Can I retort the? You said
I deal with.
You just trying to tell us about the 1%, 1.5%? Come on, bro.
That wouldn't your math off. Your math off. That wouldn't be 1%.
We don't care if the math's off. You said out of 160,000 places, 6,000 of those entrants that get into that Ivy League school are B students. Out of 160,000,
that's a lot of.
So what is that? Typical?
What is the majority in that school?
It would be A
level. Anyway, moving along swiftly. I haven't got time to argue with people that have no stats, no facts, no data.
Facts matter. So if we're going to have a conversation, we have to agree that there's some things that are just true. Facts and data matter.
Yeah, you ain't got data. Yeah, come out, IO. Stop chatting shit on this panel. What I'm saying is, you cannot be B level and be deemed as elite. That is average. That's deemed as average.
If that's not 1%, Chan, what is it? Like 2%, 3%, something like that?
He picked
6,000 out of 160,000.
Yeah. That is like 2% that he's picked out. Now that's the majority. He doesn't know the difference between. Hang on, Jackway. He doesn't know the difference between a possibility and a probability. They're two different things, even though they both start with the letter P. IO, with that fact, stats, and data, I can take it that you didn't go to an Ivy League school.
No, but I do.
Because you're average at best with that logic.
I do pretty well for myself, though.
No, you're average. That was average. That was below average. That was You didn't even make
do pretty well for myself.
Ray, let me get this.
But can I? But,
no, you can't. No, you can't, because we've got a caller and we've had enough of your foolery and I've entertained it for too long. Hang on, one sec. Yeah, that was just foolishness. You got, yeah. Jump off, my G. Jump off. You know the ones where it gets too hot. Don't come with that. Hang on, let me just put you on. Coming with that bullshit here. Talking about a 6,000 out of 160,000 people and yeah, come on, stop it. This is LadyChann show. Shouts out to, we got Jackway in the booth. Hey, Jackway.
What's going on? Hey. Georgia Bulldog fan calling in. Look, I'm going to light up the mood real quick. I just want to call in and say shout out to Shakur Stevenson for fun on the A+ performance. And shout out to my hometown, Keyshawn Davis, man. Good job that he did as well on Saturday.
Shouts out. Anything, what else you want to say about the performance of Keyshawn?
Oh, he did a wonderful job. Keyshawn Davis, man, from my hometown. He did a good job. And he's the next guy that, sooner or later. But Shakur, in my opinion about Shakur Stevenson, I think to me, Haney would give him the toughest out of between all of them. But in my opinion, Shakur beats them all.
Yeah, me too as well. I know. Sorry, I know. So I'm just addressing, the foolishness. Contrary, it's true. Tim Bradley was a very smart and able fighter. He may not have been the best in therapy. He had a very high ring IQ. Who did Bradley avoid? Because in AO's world, I don't know when he started watching boxing. I don't know where his logic came from. Like, that's what happens when you come on the show and chat shit. You get desperate.
Who did he avoid? The only person he didn't fight was Keith Thurman. But why would he fight a young Keith Thurman when he was on his way out? That made no sense.
Like doctors trying to say, to rebut Io and say, who did he avoid? You're acting like Timothy Bradley was some type of scrub, but you put him as an A-level fighter, but he avoided.
No, I think the thing with Tim Bradley, I have to admit, I can see where he's come from, because I was actually went at the fight in Nottingham when he beat Junior Witter in 2008, where he took the title and he had a long record defenses and blah blah. Obviously, he is a big name, but the fact is that his two fights with Pacquiao, he won the first fight. The second one, that's arguable. Yes. That was, for me, that's arguable. But I think what's happened is that some fighters, because I don't think he's an elite fighter, but he's had a very, very good record. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my point is, Io was trying to say you can be elite but B level. That's the ones that you can't be elite at B level. You either place him at elite. You can't be B level and elite. It's
yeah,
Jen.
It's like football, isn't it? Sorry, AJ.
No, it's all good. That's kind of like saying, he's an idiot, but he's also a genius.
Yeah. That means he's on the IQ. Right. When he takes his IQ test, he's 85 points, which is deemed as retarded. But he's a genius.
Yes. Look, there's a thing with elite fighters. Only a few fighters can belong to elite. It's like football, though. In terms of boxers, you can't have everyone in an elite level. You have to. You have to be elite for a reason. It has to be few and special boxers, like football. Not every footballer is world class. There has to be you've got to have levels. You've got to have good fighters, very good fighters. You you have excellent fighters, and you have elite.
My point, my point was I wasn't trying to say. I wasn't saying that just say for instance that AJ was an A+, which is elite. I said he's an A-, or you lot said a B+, and he said, oh, he's a B, but he's elite, because you can be a B and be an elite.
No, what I'm trying to say, I took marks off. If he wins his first title, if he wins the title for the third time, whatever anyone says, that's elite. It's for me. If you win it 3 times, it's elite.
My point is, in any fighter, even if it's not AJ, anything that's graded in life with the letter B isn't an elite grade. If you It's a passable grade, but it doesn't get you. This is what I'm saying. Getting a B out of your A levels, you cannot go to Cambridge or Oxford and get in with a B. You have to be an elite student with A's.
Definitely.
He tried to say because there's 6,000 out of 160,000 entrants that they are and they're B level. Because at 6,000.
Unless you remember the royal family, and you went to an elite boarding school, you'll get into Oxford and Cambridge with C's and B's but you're not. We're not everyone's. You have to be.
No, we're not
have a
talking
special
about
dispensation.
We're talking about normal. Yeah. So
AA.
No.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Question. Look. Okay, Shan. Lady Shan, I got a question. Okay, so what about Jared Anderson? Is he a B level, A level?
So now
fighter?
he's B, but he could probably work his way up to A, innit? We don't know.
Right.
Now,
what about Joe Joyce?
Because he's a prospectish fringe world, isn't it? So you can say he's B.
Right. We don't know because they've never fought on the A level yet. We don't know what they are until they fight another A level fighter.
Matter of fact, I got a question.
There you go.
Joshua had fought some A level.
There you go.
Couple A level fighters. He said because Klitschko was old, that doesn't make him an A level fighter all of a sudden. Because Alexander Usyk, I don't know, is out of his prime. That makes it so that means we have to discount it. He wasn't making sense. He was trying to make sense with his own nonsense, and that's what I'm not going to pick up for. Oh yeah, we got. Oh yay. Big say so.
Well,
sorry, I didn't
that's
see
all
you.
you need to know. There you go. That's all you need to know. All right, man. Enjoy the chat. Getting ready. Finish watching y'all. I loved it.
Thank you, AA, for joining in. Thank you so much. Shouts out to you in the building. Take it easy. Yeah. Big say so. What up,
Yo, salute.
Did you hear the stupidity?
Yeah, I've heard a couple of things.
Please tell me you.
What's up with you, youngin?
What's up, Mr. Moore? Been a minute, Mr. Moore.
Yeah. Please tell me that you wasn't saying anything B means you're elite.
Oh no, I don't. I think B is just average.
Anything, yeah, that's average. Well, I'm not saying that he shouldn't think that certain fighters are average, but he said that a B level fighter can be elite. Is elite. No, you're not. Then.
No, I
mean, Chad, you gave Jared Anderson the B, right, yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so because I looked at the heavyweight rankings, all right, so in the top 5 they got Fury, Wilder, Joshua, Joyce, and Andrew Ruiz, right? I mean, here's my question. I mean, let's say if he was to beat one of those guys, then would that make him elite? Or
no, it doesn't make
no.
You elite. It depends if you're fighting an elite fighter. Just because they're world titleists doesn't mean every world titleist is elite.
Got you.
But if you're a B level,
look at AJ. Look at your list that you just read. Which one of those guys on that list is elite?
Who's elite that you just read out? Yeah.
Probably Fury and Joshua. That's it.
Okay, so that answers your question. Unless he beats one of those guys, he can't be an elite fighter.
You're right. There you go. Yep.
I
listened to it because they were yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe Joshua might not even be elite because how could you've beat one elite fighter? Okay, you can make that argument, but then you lost against back to back. At least you face him, but you lost twice against another.
You didn't beat him. You didn't beat him yet.
So you're kind of like you could either be fringe elite or you're not elite. But what I'm saying is I just wasn't saying that he was B level, but Ayo was saying he's B, but he's elite. I was you can't be elite as a B level.
No, you were right. You were right, Chad. Anthony Joshua was a 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, so he's still an A level fighter.
Yeah, he's an A level fighter. So I just said I give him an A minus. That's where I give him. Whereas I give
he's an A level fighter. He's just not an elite fighter because the elite fighters that we know that are elite. At least one of them we know that Usyk's elite because he's proven he's elite. Yeah. He's beaten him.
Yeah. So he would be an A plus. Usyk would be an A plus. That's elite. That's
exactly. He's an A plus fighter.
Yeah. And then AO came in and said he's a B, but he's elite. I was like, well, you can't be elite if you're a B. You can't get into. Then I used the Ivy League analogy, and the need to be right, he went, he chatted shit. And that's why I said, no, you can't.
Yeah.
That's
He
why
gonna tell you about the 2%, which
2%.
1% of the 2% is probably on the football team or the basketball team. They got in. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
the rest of it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Cut it out. Cut it out.
How could you say that? That's why I was just like, your knowledge isn't elite. That just makes zero sense. It doesn't make any sense, mate. But go ahead. Is this 150 Dream?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, so you're Big So. Why do you keep
Big
changing the name?
No, only changing
He's a
twice.
youngster.
Only
You know,
changing twice.
youngsters change their name all the time, Shan.
Only changing twice, man. I'm not gonna change it no more. I'm not gonna
Keep
change
it
it
till
no more.
you're 30. This one.
I was calling him 50, 150.
Or you're 30 because I get
No,
used to
I just like the Big Say So more.
we get used to calling you something, and then we're gonna then we adjust. Yep. We're old people. We don't like change.
Yeah, I thought he sounded familiar.
I was still 150 though. Like people still call me that, so it doesn't matter. You know, I'm fine with it.
And then I know, but I'm just like, I see you, Big Say So on and thingy, but I didn't know it was you. And then plus you've got that emoji of someone that passed away.
Yeah, Tony Montana.
Hey, LadyChann. Can we talk about my feel-good story of the week yet?
No, we're going to go to Fundora because we
had
to shake down, shake him out and shake him off.
Oh, I'm so happy, man. I'm so.
It's the weekly wrap-up Shiggity show. Fundora gets KO'd. Talk to me, Shelton, because I know you was itching on this one. Then Kenny, before he...
I'm just so glad that a guy... I'm just so glad, Chan, that a guy who has an 81-inch reach and doesn't use it, who throws a lazy uppercut, finally was exposed for the fraud that he is.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
Goddamn. You hit Lubin, you beat Lubin, I give you that. But you hit the man with the same punch 75 times in a row. This guy learned from the Lubin fight. And when you threw that lazy uppercut out there, he slipped it and came up with a left hook and stoned your ass and got you up out of there. Now, if you think this guy was going to be the Tim Wu, a Charlo, a Castano, none of those guys. They were all have ended him the same way.
I didn't.
Because he was basic. Yeah. He's basic. Only thing he is he's tall. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a fighter like who has attributes like him and doesn't use them. You know what I mean?
Go on. Why has everyone gone quiet?
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Yeah. Well, no. I was going to say, now we can get down to the business of 154. I want to see Jesus Rojas. I want to see this Mendoza kid. I want to see Tim Zhu. I want to see Castano. I want to see all these guys mix it up. Charlo has already proven that he's the elite of that division. He's beaten everybody in that division. There's nobody left for him to beat. Let these other guys mix it up and let's get some shit going, you know?
Oh, I was surprised. I didn't think Fundora was going to get knocked out, but
Neither did I.
I've seen a lot of flaws in this game, though. I remember when he fought Sergio Garcia. Like, Sergio Garcia arguably won that fight. Like, even back then, he showed a lot of flaws in his game, you know? So it was just bound to happen, you know?
Yeah, got chopped down like some big old tree. Ken, did you see any of that? Because it wasn't available for us. The Fundora.
No, I watched Shakur Stevenson versus the Shakur Stevenson fight. I thought that was there was.
What do you say on Shakur? Yeah, did you say?
You know what? Cool. No, I watched the fight. I thought it was a good. I thought it was a really good performance. The knockdowns were very special. The knockdowns, the second and fourth round, very special. I like the second knockdown better because of the fact that he set him up with the sort of like the lead right, and then he hit him with the left hand, and then he caught him with a left hook. It was a sharp one because it looked like a slap, but it was actually where he just turned his right hook
first one was the straight left, and then the second on the fourth round.
Yeah, the first one was a straight left, which I like the way he set him up, moved back, and then when he came in, tagged him. You know what I mean? Went for the sort of the right hand, but tagged him with the
left hook block, and then he got him with the right, and then that was it.
It was a vicious right hook.
Do you think that was a premature stoppage? I mean, he was going to. I just wanted to see, because he was definitely en route to just getting a highlight reel KO. And that
refs just can't win nowadays, because I think what's happened is that it's all about them covering themselves and saving them. Yeah, because if the fighter can't carry on and there's a serious injury, refs nowadays are better off. Their mentality is better to be safe than sorry. That's the mentality now. You know what I mean?
But it's fucking up fights. It's fucking up.
It is. There wasn't many complaints from the fighter, was there? I didn't see many complaints from,
that guy was gonna get beat into a coma because he wasn't gonna quit, and he was just gonna continue to get mollywopped. It was a good stop.
To get mollywopped. That's why you.
I mean, but let us watch Shakur. Let's watch Shakur work. Let us watch him work.
Let Shakur do his homecoming. He's at home. Let him do his thing. You lot keep talking about he's got no knockout power, and the minute that he's on his route to getting he's got two drop downs, and then you want to stop that. So
did you have?
Yep, knock him
Chad,
out.
Did you have the sound up? Did you have?
Say that again, Shell.
Did you have the sound up when you were watching that fight? Did you have the sound up when you were watching that fight?
Did I? Yeah. I want to say I did.
Was it muted?
Yeah, I know. I had the sound.
Did you hear the punches? Did you hear the punches coming off that dude's head? Shakur was gonna hurt that guy. He was really gonna hurt that guy.
Right. Yeah, even the commentators was like, we can hear the thuds, but that's what you're in there to box. You're a boxer. You're not there to be a ballerina. You're in there to get thudded and thud.
You're absolutely right, my queen. You're absolutely right. And the ref was there for a reason too, and he did his job.
Yeah.
A little too soon, a little too early for my taste.
Yeah, it was too early. Yeah,
that was way too early. Yeah.
6 rounds, not enough.
But see, these refs are still thinking about. These refs are still thinking about the guy Matias killed, Patrick Day. They still thinking about that.
Okay, well, that's always going to be
enough. When is it enough?
It's a possibility. It's not like what we just said to Ayo. It's not the majority. So I mean, the precautionary, but you're going too far where you're stopping things way too early, and you're absolutely hindering someone that could have highlight knockout reels because of that ref.
In the ref's defense, he did go to that guy's corner, and he told him, "If you don't show me something in the next round, I'm going to stop this fight." He told him
there was no need for him to do that, because he should have let him get stopped in the next round. At the end of the day, the guy was still fighting back. It was a minute into the 6th round. He got clocked with a left or a shot to the body or whatever, and the ref was just like, no, that's bollocks. That ref, you get refs that want to be the highlight of the fight. I hate refs like that.
Yeah, they want too much camera time.
I didn't want to see the guy. I love boxing. I just don't want to see the guy get killed. I mean, that guy had no chance to win that fight. No chance.
No, he didn't.
You're taking away someone's highlight knockout reel. You're taking away someone's that. You're from the old school. When was it all this?
Right. I'm from the old school, and I know for a fact that Shakur don't need it. He don't need a knockout against this guy. Let him knock out Haney. Let him knock out a Tank. This guy, nobody's ever gonna remember this guy. Nobody cares about him.
Yes, we did. He needed and Shakur did, and I'm gonna tell you why. He went into this fight. The guy Shakur has no power. After Shakur said, hearing that, it made him practice even more to sit down on his punches. So Shakur added some strings to his bow, only for it to be taken away. Yes, we did want to see a knockout. That guy was telling Shakur, I beat you mentally. You can't knock me out because you don't knock people out, and you can't knock me out because you have no power. Yes, we wanted the knockout. That's why Shakur sat down on his Ross Clark punches and knocked him down twice. And that doing the most referee took away a highlight reel knockout, because even Shakur said to the referee, you should have let him come on because I was just about to knock him out. Yeah, you robbed him of that moment, and he's at home. Calm down, ref. Shakur's not going to kill him. And at the end of the day, no disrespect. This is the thing that fighters have to realize, that they are putting their lives on the line. I can't be like, well, no, you stepped into the squared circle. It is what it is. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be any stringent rules and tightening, but let's not do it.
Okay, I got you, Mrs. Drago. If he dies, he dies. Fuck it.
I don't want anyone to die, but yeah, I mean, if you get knocked out, there's more people that get knocked out that don't die than they do. Are we
Now
gonna
that's a documented fact. That's a documented fact. Yeah, more people live than die, but some people die.
Yeah, some people die, unfortunately, and it's just like what we
Well,
say.
I thought, I can't say honestly. I thought Fundora was dead.
Did you not tell me? Did you not think Fundora was dead? And Kenny, can you just give before we get onto Fundora? Let Kenny has to bow out. Let Kenny just quickly chop it up about his. I want to hear, because a few people have asked me about the football, Kenny Ken. So can we get some weekly wrap up show?
The big news of the week.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, the big news of the week. The big news today is that Man City won the first leg of the Champions League 3-0. Goals from Rodri, and a goal from Godwin, and a goal from Erling Haaland. Scored 45 goals already this season. Still a lot of games to play. 9 games in the league, and also the second in the Champions League, so he can get to 60 goals. In terms of Arsenal and Liverpool, Arsenal 2-0 up. Liverpool got an equaliser 3 minutes to go, and Liverpool had 2 kick chances to win it. So Arsenal are only 6 points ahead of Man City. Man City have got a game in hand. The big games, another big game was Chelsea losing to Wolves. Frank Lampard's first game back as Chelsea interim manager, and tomorrow Chelsea have got Real Madrid. So tomorrow, if any football fans in the US or anything, the big game of the night tomorrow is Chelsea Real Madrid. This is Chelsea's last chance to win a trophy. Also, last but not least, any fans from the USA traveling to London on the 29th of April, I tell you to change your flight tickets, because the Arsenal-Chelsea game has been moved to 3 days later on Tuesday, the 2nd of May, because of the preparations for the King's coronation on the 6th of May. For the Metropolitan Police, so they need more police to basically in preparation, so that game cannot be played on that day. I don't know what the logic is with the Metropolitan Police, but that has been in discussion for about a couple of months, and they only made a decision today. So any fans from the United States of America flying to London on the 29th of April, contact your travel agents, contact the hotels you've booked, and change your ticket dates, because the game has been moved to Tuesday, the 2nd of May, the day after the bank holiday Monday. So that's an important announcement for all our American Arsenal, Chelsea fans planning to travel for the game. We've got tickets. Change your flight plans right now as we speak, and contact your the hotel operators. I believe that the flights and hotels are willing to make the changes and let you amend their dates at no cost. So get in there quickly.
And also, with how many games have we got? Shouts out for that information. That was a public service announcement. Also, with Liverpool being, what are they? What are they in the Premier League?
Liverpool 8th for the table, so they've got no prospect of winning.
And you lot are number 1, right?
Yeah, we're first table. I think Liverpool has still got an outside chance of getting the Champions League places, run out of places, but I think the best Liverpool can hope for is a European place, preferably for them in the Europa League or the Conference League.
How many games have you got left till next month?
Liverpool have got 8 games. I think they've got 9 games left. Arsenal have got 8. Man City have got a game in hand, and also Man City in next week.
You're not going to.
Well, yeah, that's something we can talk about in 2 weeks' time. It's not something that we can talk about now. As he's saying,
Do you think you're going to win the league? Is what I'm saying. The Premiership. Do you think you're going to win it?
One game at a time. One game at a time. You can't talk. You can't play Man City before you play West Ham at the weekend. It's got to be one game at a time.
And guess
City's
what?
2 weeks away.
I had a mad dream, right? That I literally was supporting Arsenal, and you was in my dream, and we was like, yeah, and I was like, Ken, I support Arsenal. I had the Arsenal kit on and everything. I said, I'm not doing that. I swear, this was like about 3 nights ago. I had a dream that I supported Arsenal. I told my,
you're a Chelsea fan. Stay there. It's like becoming.
It was a weird dream. Yeah. Why did I have that dream?
You can't be one day being New York Yankees fan and then the next day being New York Mets. You're either Yankee or Met. You can't be Chelsea then be Arsenal. Yeah. That dream was a nightmare for you.
Dream is all. Yeah, I just don't understand why I had that dream. I have no interest in supporting Arsenal. I like Arsenal. Shouts out to them. But I mean, for me to have been in that dream, all of a sudden I was an avid gooner and I had the kit on and everything. I was like, yeah, Ken, I support Arsenal. It was such a weird fucking dream. But anyway, maybe because Chelsea ain't doing great. I thought I'd glory on.
But I'll see you guys next week.
Kenny Ken, we'll see you next week.
Guys, say goodbye.
Later, Ken.
See you, everyone.
It's left the Shouts out to Kenny Ken in the Buddhism. Yeah. Okay. I was just seeing who's there. My R to the left. All right, back to Shelton's gone. Back to the Fundora. Go ahead, Big Say So. What was you saying?
Yeah, no, like I was saying, I was just very surprised that Fundora got knocked out in this fight. But I also heard a lot of people picking this Mendoza guy. To be fair, I never really watched him like that.
I don't know about him.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I seen a lot of flaws in Fundora's game. You know, in the Lubin fight, the fight against Sergio Garcia, and even his last fight against Ocampo. Like, you know, like he just reminds me of like a Paul Williams. They don't fight the same, but he's another guy that just was super tall, super long at his weight class, but just didn't use his attributes at all, you know? Just a rough inside fighter, you know? That's what he reminds me of, you know? And he got slept just like Paul Williams. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Fundora. Yeah, that was shocking. I was shocked. I was shocked to see that because we couldn't get the fight here. So AJ sent me the knockout, and I saw bits of highlights. But shouts out to Al Heyman that didn't give us the fight.
Yeah. Oh wow, you didn't get the fight over there?
Nah. We don't get a lot of show. If it's Showtime and it's non-pay-per-view, we won't get it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Al doesn't transmit over here. I'm just saying, I've Fundora KO'd. Who else do you want to bring up? Anything on this docket?
Oh yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Shakur Stevenson. Like,
go ahead, because we didn't do that. Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson. You know, to me, it was a great performance. You know, he just looked super sharp as always, in my opinion. Like, he's always looked the same in every fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Shakur Stevenson, like he's the only front foot dominant fighter I've seen that's defensive at the same time. You know,
that's elite.
Yeah, that's really elite, exactly. And his precision, his timing, his accuracy is just super on point, super sharp. Like,
just how his lateral moves, he just take a little half. You saw like how Yoshino was trying to swipe at him, and Shakur was just like,
yo. Exactly.
That's too dope. This kid,
his timing and accuracy is insane. Yeah, like his range of distance is good too. Like you said, like when he fights, like you would think he's right in front of you, and then he just moves slightly back, like.
And that's it. And the guy was swooping. He took all the steam out of Yoshino's sails. Yoshino had in the end, it looked like Shakur was the puncher, and Yoshino was the guy that just looked like he was pillow fisted. There was no steams on his shots. His footwork, throwing his body weight over his feet, totally off balance, Shakur just outclassed that dude. Just one in his Shakur and then two different lanes, mate. 2 different lanes. And the fact that he came in saying, Shakur, you know, you can't knock people out. You don't have power. Shakur said, right, I have to sit down on my shots. Shakur was in the pocket. At first, Shakur was like, you know, boxing, and then Shakur realized, he got caught with a couple shots, but not a lot. I could count maybe about 4 flush shots within 6 rounds. And Shakur just took them, and then Shakur just realized, shots to the body, uppercut. You know, he's a southpaw, but Shakur is also really a righty in real life. Like, he's a right-handed person. Yeah. He fights southpaw. So obviously, you know, the lead hands are mad because southpaw stance. So, you know, his right hand is really a power hand. And then because he's southpaw, you know, the backhand, the left hand is also, he's trained that to be a power hand. So that's the most miserable fight that you can fight as a fighter that's not experienced to fight a right-handed southpaw.
Yeah, you're right, because one of the shot he knocked him down with was the right hook.
He knocked him down with both. So the first shot was the left with the straight left.
Yeah, the first shot was the left. Yeah,
and then and then you said, and then with the right hook on the other one. So that is mind blowing. That blows. That's a tricky fighter to fight. And for me, he beats. Let's talk. He beats Haney, in my opinion.
I've been saying that for the longest time.
Oh yeah, me too. I've been saying that for a very long time. Like Haney, for me, he just has a lack of experience with southpaws. Like he hasn't really fought too many. He's fought Gambo, I think, and Jojo Diaz, and the Abdulayev guy, not Abdulayev, Santiago, him. He's only fought like 3 of them, you know. So there's no way he could be an elite southpaw like Shakur Stevenson. He needs more experience with southpaws in the ring. He's probably fought a bunch of them in sparring, but in the ring, he hasn't fought too many. And that's why Lomachenko beat him too. But I'm not really sure.
He beats Tank as well. Outpoints him, in my opinion.
He outpoints him, but it would be, I mean, when I say he beats Haney, right, I don't think I'm not saying that it has to be, that's an easy fight, even though he's on record saying, that's an easy fight for me. It's only Haney's severe lack of power with someone like Shakur. Like, there's people that, like Paulie Malignaggi, 2-division champ, pillow-fisted as fuck. You don't always have to have, you know, like even Floyd, he wasn't pillow-fisted, but, you know, the transition. He beat people relentlessly anyway, like how Shakur is. But what I'm saying is, I just feel that Shakur, he's growing into his man strength, and with someone, he won't respect Devin. He'll just walk him down. He'll walk him down. He'll just walk him down. And I don't know, Devin has to be elusive for like every second of every round that fight happens. And that's just quite tiring. That's what happens. That's what an elite fighter does. That's what you saw, like, again, Usyk do to Joshua. He just mentally tired him. Like, Joshua was just like, I don't know how to deal with an elite southpaw.
Because with those fights, like, they really make you think.
That's nobody. Go ahead, H.
No, I'm saying with those guys, they really make you think and always be on your toes. So that makes the fight a lot more difficult.
Yeah, because you're knackered. That's what makes you fucking tired with all that shit. So I just think that, does he beat Tank, guys?
No.
Hey, no. Okay, so Shakur doesn't beat Tank, you're saying?
Oh, no, he does. Sorry. Yes, he does. Yes. I meant yes.
150? Does he beat Tank?
Damn, Al Heyman got him.
Oh, big say so. He's not saying nothing. It's not big say so. It's little say so. Okay, so does he beat? He beats Loma.
Yes, but I think that fight would still be close. But I pick him to beat Loma.
That's crazy. You think the Shakur versus Loma is a closer fight than Shakur versus Haney?
Oh, well, it's just that I don't know. I mean, it's just style wise. Loma has a hybrid style. So I'm just comparing the styles. Really, that's just what I'm doing for the most part. I mean, but wait, because he's got 2 styles as well. So that makes it kind of wow. That's Shakur, because he's a pure boxer and a boxer puncher, and Loma is a boxer puncher and a pressure fighter. So, wow.
I just can't see that Loma.
Right now,
I can see Loma beating Shakur Stevenson.
No. I still think Shakur beats him though. I'm still.
But I don't think it would be tight either.
I think it'd be. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay.
No. Shakur, no. 25-year-old versus the 36-year-old. 5 foot. Oh well, Shakur's not that tall.
No, he's like 5'8", I think.
5'8".
Like
yeah, 5'8". Well, versus a Loma that's like fucking
5'7".
Loma is not 5'7".
Well, no. He's probably 5'6" at best, if not that.
5'5". Loma's 5'5". I've looked at him. That dude is nowhere near 5. I'm 5'6". Lomachenko's taller than me.
Yeah, they always exaggerate.
Yeah, they exaggerate. He's 5'5". Yeah, 5'5".
And is Shakur like 5'9" or 5'8"?
Shakur's 5'8".
Yeah, 5'8". Yeah.
5'7.5", 5'8". And then you got Devin Haney, that's 5'9".
5'8", yeah. Something like that.
Ryan Garcia is like the 5'9.5", 5'10", right?
5'10", yeah. 5'10".
Yeah.
Ryan.
So who doesn't Shakur beat then? This is what I want to hear. Who doesn't he beat?
Who doesn't he beat? I think he probably beats everybody at lightweight now, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, because like I was saying, it's the champion that stayed 130 because he'd have cleaned up that weight class and become undisputed. I mean, that's what I was saying. But then he outgrew the division, unfortunately, and he had to move up. So now the hope for him is to do maybe the same thing at 135.
Yeah. I see people saying, "Oh, he doesn't beat Tank." I think he totally outpoints Tank. Totally.
What?
That's in my opinion. In my opinion, he beats Tank.
I do. Yeah, on points. I pick up my points.
So like you said, is this an eliminator? Was that an eliminator then?
Yeah, title eliminator for the WBC.
For the WBC. So we will see the winner out of Haney and Loma fight Shakur. So in his second fight at 135, and I saw people saying that Shakur fought. Oh, look who he fought! Someone that's a nobody. He's a bum. That guy's a bum. How? He was an undefeated fighter.
Yeah, no, right.
And he got into the division at 135, and then on your second fight, it's going to be a title fight. Why do people say these stupid things?
I have no idea.
That's all right. Yeah. Why do people say these stupid things? Shakur embarrasses Tank. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how people come with this rhetoric that, you know, Shakur's not fighting anybody. I'd like to see who did Teofimo fight on his first 140 fight.
Pedro Campo.
And how many losses did he have?
Just one.
Okay, so he was an undefeated fighter. He wasn't an undefeated fighter. Just
no, he was. No, he wasn't undefeated. He just had one loss.
Ryan Garcia. How many fights did he had at 142? 3?
2, yeah. He fought Emmanuel To-Go, then Javier Fortuna.
To-Go was undefeated, wasn't? No, To-Go had one loss.
Yeah. One defeat.
And Fortuna's had what?
I think he had 2 or 3, I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Not an undefeated fighter.
Yeah.
But Shakur moves up and fights a power puncher with 12 knockouts out of the 16 fights. Undefeated, and he fought a bum. People get out of town. I don't want to see people like that in my comments. When you get your boxing knowledge up, step your game up, then you can come and talk to the I. Till then, where is it? Till then, Ayo got a dose of the CHANN thingy. Ayo, don't worry, Ayo. Don't sit too much in sulkendom. But people that just chat shit.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Yeah, we can't have people saying that Yoshino was a bum and cause fought a bum. It's just not acceptable. It's not acceptable. But yeah, where's Big Say So? Because he had a lot to say so. No?
Did he go to sleep? What happened?
No, he's probably doing something. I don't know. Anybody else got anything to say so? Whatever, because Big Say So ain't got nothing to say. So
one thing actually, Breckley, it's funny. I was on shout out to Julius Ring IQ. I was on his live stream the night of the on Saturday night, and I just happened to flip to the Fundora fight. You know, just when he was about to wrestle, you know, because we weren't watching it, we didn't care really. So I just happened to flip to it the round he got knocked out in, and when I said it, I said it out loud on the live, and everybody thought I was lying.
Yeah, it's the upset, mate. I saw it in the group, and I was like, yeah, that's crazy.
I deal with facts, figures, statistics, reality.
Yeah, that's what we deal with over here. Shouts out to you ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. Yeah, we deal with facts. That's the yeah. People were probably thinking that you was lying, and the lie
detector test determined that was a lie.
It was like, no, it wasn't a lie. That was for real. He really got knocked out. Fucking hell, poor Fundora. And so now Dillian White. Oh yeah, Sammy Ali would like this. Dillian White now was asking. Do you know that Dillian White was asking for a tune-up?
No.
Before fight Joshua, he said he
No, I
needed
didn't.
to out in the summer just before Joshua, and then I thought he was moaning that Joshua wanted to fight a fighter before him. But yeah, he's saying, well, now that Joshua was saying, you know, the December, I don't know, Dillian White. I just wanted to say that in news, Dillian White, whatever. I don't know what's going on with there. So yeah, it's a bit sticky over there. So I'm not sure the direction that Mr. Dillian White will go at all. And after I just want to ask this: after Lomachenko loses, where's what happens with him? Because what happens?
Well, they could do the Shakur fight, right? Technically, still they could do that. That's an option.
Well, it would be Devin Haney with Shakur, though, wouldn't it?
No, you would. Yeah, you're right if he lost. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, will Devin stick around? That's the thing.
Yeah, say Devin sticks around and he will do that fight, but then I think whoever the winner of that, though, if Devin loses, he'd be like, "Fuck it, I was undisputed. I'm moving up to 140 anyway." And just say if he beats Shakur, he'd be like, "I'm moving up to 140.
I'm moving up to
140 anyway, and just vacates the belts." So
that's the question. I mean, it all depends on what Devin does if he wins. You know, I mean, will he stick around or just vacate the belt and move up, whatever? Because honestly, win or lose, I think he needs to move up. Honestly,
me too, because he's too big now.
I do. I mean, because there's always going to be somebody for him to fight at 135. There always will be. You know, I mean, if we're supposed to get him and Shakur, it's probably going to have to happen at 140 or further down the road.
Yeah,
or maybe at a catch weight or something. So
yeah, you can call in. The link is there quickly so we can, because I know you've got a lot to say on this. Yeah, because.
But if I were
yeah.
Sorry, somebody's call. I gotta take a call right quick. It's pretty important. If I got time, I'll come back.
Okay, AJ is left to do this. To the left. What up, Doe?
Hey, Shan.
Hey, girl. Is your voice all right? Got your hair.
It's getting better. It's getting better. I finally, let me turn down the TV. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Sounded like that was that Kendra G? Was that Kendra G?
No. That was cute, Shan. No, I went to I've been taking they finally put me on some antibiotics and some steroids.
Yeah, because it sounded like you was flued up, like you was filling up, love.
Yeah, it was just so. They gave me a strep throat test, a flu test, a COVID test. I was negative all. It was just a really bad
viral. Yeah, virus that just set in. I know, but I'm glad you're feeling better and you keep taking the. But you out tomorrow, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I gotta leave at 4 a.m. in the morning. My boyfriend is taking us to the airport. Yep. So we're going to see Mickey Mouse tomorrow.
That's out to the Disney crew. Now, Arlette, tell me about your thoughts on Shakur, Haney, and.
Oh yeah, that's what I called about. Like I don't want to crap on Tank, but I don't know what makes everybody thinks that he's this monster. I mean, he got knocked out power, but everybody that he knocked out, he had to come from behind. Even Gamboa, he didn't really knock them out. the 12th round, the referee stopped the fight, and that guy had a broken Achilles heel or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying his power isn't real, but he hasn't really, nobody that he's fought really wowed me. Just my opinion. So while I'm saying that is because I don't think he can. Of course, I think Shakur will outschool him, and I think Devin will beat Tank too. I think the closest fight will probably be Shakur and Devin. Then come Loma probably. Then come
Ryan.
Tio.
I mean,
Then come
Tio.
Tio. Then come Tank. Then come
Tio's not at 135.
Oh yeah, he's at 140 now. I'm sorry. Yeah, but wait a minute. But wasn't Ryan Garcia saying that he was fighting at 140?
Yeah, he's at 140. They're doing a catch weight of 136, but yeah, he's moved up to 140.
So then we really can't count Ryan. We could only count Tank, Haney, and Lomo, right? And
yeah.
Okay, so out of those three, I think Tank has the
Haney's a difficult one.
Tank cannot. He has the least chance of beating Shakur. I think Lomo. Maybe I'm in I think Lomo has a better chance of beating Shakur than Tank.
He's a pure boxer.
Yeah, and Devin has the best out of the three. So that's my opinion.
So yeah, Haney the most difficult, then Loma, then Tank.
Yeah, and I think it goes by Haney. I think it's to me it's 60-40 that Shakur will win, and then it goes Lomo. Oh well, I won't say that. I'm sorry.
I want to hear it.
It's 60.
Yeah,
it's 60-40 or close to and then I think Lobo is a little under that. I think Tank, I think it's low. I think he just has one shot to really beat him, and I say that's 80-20. Shakur will beat. Yeah,
I would give Shakur to beat Haney. I would have it. I would have it maybe a little tighter, just a little tighter, 55-45.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Loma, I would
60-40.
I would have Loma 60-40.
Yeah, that's right. That's more like it. Yeah.
And then Tank 70-30.
I don't know about even 70-30 with that. I just Tank is just.
He's got good ring IQ. He has got good ring IQ. And it's quite underrated. He does, and then he's got the hitter quitter.
Do you know why I don't think Tank is really, because he had the chance. I don't think he has confidence in himself. I really don't. He had the chance to
30% is not a lot.
Yeah, I think he had a chance to fight Lomo a long time ago. And then remember when Tank slept with Mayweather's daughter, and then Mayweather tried to feed Tank to Loma, and and Tank was scared. Tank was like, no.
I didn't even know all of that.
Tank did not want to fight Loma. He said it's too soon. And
I knew he didn't want to fight Loma, but I didn't know about the Floyd, and I didn't know all of that.
Like they had a falling out. This is like
I think vaguely. Yeah, vaguely. Okay, yeah, but I knew he didn't want to fight Lomachenko though, and he said I never asked him. Well, he said he never asked to fight Loma.
No, but Floyd was mad, and Floyd wanted him to fight, and then after him and Floyd packed up, he changed his whole tune. I guess when he stayed away from his daughter, he changed his whole tune, and he was like,
"Damn!" Well, he's not with him now. He stay away from that daughter. He's with everybody else's daughter.
Yeah, but she got bad taste in men. That guy that she had a baby with is just terrible. Oh my God.
Boy, NBA young boy. Yeah. No, that is big say so. Because we wrapping up the show.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Okay, I'll let you guys go. But can I say something about can I say something about Fundora really fast? I think he's going to have a rematch. So I have a feeling he's going to be more aware of things. I think he came in too cocky because he was winning that fight. And I'm not just saying that because my man like Fundora. He really do like him. But I think Fundora will I think he'll come in tighter in the rematch and beat him. But that's it.
Yeah. I forgot your man. He does like Fundora. Yeah, I was like, I'm ready to. I was kind of glad. I was
Yo,
like,
you had me rolling.
I'm glad he got beat because he was. A good upset happens and it makes the sport. I was like, I'm
exactly.
glad. Yeah, so you got
He needed
beat.
that.
You needed to be humbled. Yeah, all fighters get humbling. So I was all good with it. But I felt a bit sorry when I did see the knockout. I was like, damn, that was a bad one though. Yeah, he got fucked up, boy. But such is life. Arlette, and then I will wish you safe.
Love you, Chan.
I will love you
in the
too,
chat.
girl. Yes,
Okay,
thank
bye,
you.
everybody.
Bye. Arlette was in the building. Yeah, man. I didn't like to see that knockout. It was bad.
Hated it.
Yeah, big say so is little say so. I don't know where he's there, but he's muted. So, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to the weekly wrap up. Kaboom. Okay, so I told you we've got some special guests in the building. If you are not joined to the membership, I think you're just a bunch of lames. Absolutely, you're lames. You're in the twilight zone. That's where you're at. And so we're supposed to have 2 guests this week. So we was going to have Carlos Takam, as you know, he was going to come in on the Wednesday. But after his fight with Tony Yoka, he's had to go and fly from Vegas to Bali to see a doctor to sort some bits out. So he called me today. I spoke to him today, and he will be on the show once because he's come from Vegas to here. He may even come to London, so I may even hook up. But that's on. Don't worry, we'll have Takam in the building. We'll do him on members. But we're having on Thursday, who I'm really excited to have Thursday guests will be, which I would say future Hall of Famer, but definitely legendary referee. Jack Reese will be in the building. We're going to be able to speak about this Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. You know, we'll go back there in time about that long-ass count. We'll cover all the legendary fights that he's covered. We'll bring it up to date, what he thinks about, what's happening in the sport of boxing. So that will be fucking... he's muted. That will be fun. So I can't wait to have Jack Reese, a gentleman, and shouts out to him, because the maddest thing is I reached out to him about a year ago and I had no reply, and I was like, and then he appeared and he was like, hey Shan, I'd love to come on your show. I was like, God damn, it's better late than fucking never. So yeah, we're here. We're in the building. Yes, I'm really excited about that. Shouts out to Jack Reese. He will be with us this Thursday at 10:30 p.m. UK and 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard and 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, that's where we're at. What up, Nasir? What up, Joe? So I'm really excited. Shouts out to Paul, Dr. P. Did you get your HelloFresh code? I sent you the thing. Shouts out to you, because I've got some HelloFreshes. Anybody wants any HelloFresh free coupons? I've got, I think, about 5 left. Email me on lady_Chan@yahoo.com. And then you can have some HelloFresh for free. Kaboom. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Shouts out to y'all. So, yeah. Thank you very much. So we shall do the members only roll call. Let me do the roll call. Where's the call of the roll? I always lose my page. It's my world of disorganization. disorganized was in the building. Okie dokes. So we've got Andrew H in the building. Modern King Boxing in the building. Don Juan, Ben Adams, Stephen T, ERF Boxing in the building. Mark in the building. Slim Boxing Commentary, Mark Niggity Nash, Dub Right Side, R to the left in the building. D Style in the building. Devil Beats, Jimmy McClenley, Ringside Reporter Live, Queen Lisa Bell in the building. AJ All Day, Charlo in the building. Oh, I miss Charlo, man. King TJ in the building. Aplotype El Primero, ya tú sabes en el edificio. Sí. Dr. P. Bars in the building. Ricky Ricardo, mi hermano. King of King Boxing, what up, LadyChann? In the building. Pitbull in the building. Boxing God in the building. Zara in the building. What up, girl? Sports Heaven, what up, King? Don Wani, Ahmed, Hector Garcia, mi esposo número uno in the building. Xander in the building. Donald Banks DB in the building. And Con Shaunery in the building. That's right, mate. We had a good show on the weekly wrap-up Shiggity show, haven't we? So, you know, we're here to tell the truth. Oh, yeah, it's Ayo. Ayo, shouts out for you for coming on the panel, but you got to run off and you decide to go in your feelings. But, you know, you got to come with stats, facts, and blood clot data around here.
Facts matter. See, if we're going to have a conversation, we have to agree that there's some things that are just true. Facts and data matter.
The shouts out for joining me on the panel in the building. My co-host Kenny Kent in the building. AJ in the building. Arlette in the building. King Shelton Moore in the building. I feel like there was somebody else I forgot. Electro Jed in the building. Thank you for joining. So, you know, we're here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help me.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
That's right, because the truth is always in the blood clot Buddhism. Anyway, knowledge is what? Knowledge is key. Knowledge is key. Sorry, for go on, you know.
So if it one, not what I see nothing because nothing not got one. Lock off your eyes, cock me, make you come.
No like we would have liked them.
Them not like me, some me not like them. Man, I figure set this straight and clarify. Put fire upon a pagan, aim for the cranium. Turn off the news, there's a bag of lies. Worst raised man, wanna inform up, fun Babylon and every one of them dirty guys. And if they wanna go around the order, I guarantee somebody's dropping flight.
That's right. Well, guys, we've had an amazing time. I am that bitch. Always been that bitch. Always probably will be that bitch. You know, the application landed, kaboom, on my desk. Filled it out. And guess what? Within 48 hours, I fucking got the job. Female Svengali.
It's hype, you suck at life, you don't want a round three. Worship the queen and your mic to pass. Keep it real, these chicks couldn't wipe my anyway, now let's go get Ferrari. I am the ultimate Bengali. These chickens can't even spell that. You hoes bugging, repel that.
That's right. So I want to thank y'all. You guys are going to be rocking with me on Thursday. Meet me here, same time, same place. Just a different fucking day. Okay, let's go.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
It's the weekly wrap-up show. So, as I have to sign off and in my due fashion. Anyway, I'm gone. Hey, girl, it's LadyChann rep nonetheless. Come box with Shan. I make myself laugh. John! LadyChann. It's kicked off and, well, I didn't kick him off, but Ayo, he really left the building. That's going to make... Ayo, you're going to be a clip now, don't you realise? With those stats, facts, and no data. But shouts out to you. Ayo, you left the building. Nah, and so have I. LadyChann has left the building. CHANN. See you on Thursday. Thank you for rocking with me. Bye.
LadyChann. Fight.